The song started playing, and the first thing you did was turn up the volume, even though you knew it might get you in trouble. It wasn't just any track. It was raw, provocative, charged with an energy that didn't fit the everyday sound. That was rock in the 90s. Direct, uncomfortable, often censored. It wasn't just music. It was a warning, a jolt, a bomb going off exactly where no one wanted to look. Today, you'll hear 18 songs that set off alarms, unsettled those in power, and pushed every limit of what was acceptable. They weren't made to please, they were made to shake you. And every time they come back, it's like a scream that refuses to disappear.
I can't remember anything.
Inspired by the novel Johnny Got His Gun, this song tells the story of a soldier who, after an explosion, is left without limbs, sight, or speech, trapped inside his own body. Though it was released in 1989, its impact hit hardest in the 90s, thanks to a video filled with explicit imagery of suffering, which led to censorship on several television networks. Some radio stations also chose not to air it, deeming the message too dark and disturbing. Still, one became one of the most powerful anti-war anthems, forever changing how metal confronted social issues. This song became an anthem of teenage rage, with its aggressive tone and blunt lyrics. Released in 1999 on the album Significant Other, it was accused of inciting violence. Multiple concert incidents, including riots, were linked to this track, enough for many stations to pull it from rotation. Though it was never officially banned, it was blacklisted from numerous playlists due to its intense emotional charge. The band defended it as a form of release, but the controversy turned it into a defining track of the nu metal era.
I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of
Released in 1997, this collaboration between Bowie and Nine Inch Nails' Trent Reznor was viewed as a sharp critique of US cultural imperialism. The music video, featuring a man chased through the streets by an armed civilian, was considered too provocative, and several networks refused to broadcast it. While not formally banned, its political tone, dark style, and unsettling atmosphere kept it off most mainstream outlets. Over time, it became a powerful artistic statement on global fear and alienation.
with him on top, lemon yellow sun.
Based on a true story from Texas, this song recounts the case of a teen who took his life in front of his classmates. The video, directed by Mark Pellington, used raw symbolism to tell the story, leaving a deep emotional impact on audiences and media alike. Censorship came quickly. MTV and other networks either heavily edited or pulled the video entirely, citing graphic content. Still, Jeremy became one of Pearl Jam's most haunting and important songs, confronting themes of mental health, youth isolation, and school violence with a force few others dared to match. Did this video make you see music differently? Tell us in the comments. You're probably not the only one left, with a mark that won't fade. Directed by Michael Moore, the video for this track caused real-life chaos. During filming, the band performed in front of the New York Stock Exchange, leading to a temporary shutdown of the building for security reasons. The song lashes out at corporate greed, military power, and economic inequality, with blistering lyrics and incendiary visuals. The video was censored in multiple countries, and conservative stations pulled the song from airplay. Yet, Sleep Now in the Fire remains one of RATM's clearest declarations against the system, reinforcing their image as unfiltered protest icons.
I'm broke apart my inside. You can't help my absence.
Released in 1994, Closer caused an uproar in the music industry with its fusion of industrial rock, electronic elements, and explicit, provocative lyrics. The video, directed by Mark Romanek, was so intense MTV only aired it after midnight, and with heavy edits. Its aesthetic, featuring torture imagery, spinning crucifixes, and dark symbolism, was slammed by religious groups and conservative audiences. Even so, Closer became a cornerstone of 90s experimental rock, shattering expectations of what music could say or show. Released in 1991, this track didn't just bring grunge to the mainstream, it also rattled the establishment. With its raw sound, Cobain's raspy voice, and a hard-to-decipher set of lyrics, the song was avoided by some stations who saw it as chaotic and unstructured. It was never officially banned, but it was shunned by outlets aiming for a cleaner, commercial image. The line, "Here we are now, entertain us," was seen as a jab at consumerism and cultural emptiness. For many, it was the anthem of a disillusioned generation. For others, a threat to the order of pop music. Regardless, Smells Like Teen Spirit became a generational icon, reaching far beyond the usual rock circles. This song stands as one of the fiercest critiques of the US military and political machine. Its blend of sharp-edged guitar and rap vocals, coupled with direct attacks on power and institutional racism, made many radio stations and television channels uncomfortable enough to pull it from rotation. Censorship came from fear that its message could fuel disobedience. The line comparing officials to hate group members was especially controversial, but backlash didn't stop it. Bulls on Parade rose as a fierce anthem of resistance. Performed live, the track became a political declaration with every note. Even before Cop Killer, Body Count's debut album was already a lightning rod for controversy. Its tracks drew criticism for explicit language and direct takes on racism and social injustice. While the album wasn't completely pulled, many stores refused to sell it, and radio stations stayed away. Ice-T defended the record as raw art born of rage and frustration. Despite the backlash, the album resonated with listeners who wanted a voice that said what others wouldn't dare. It was a jolt to the crossover metal scene, one no one could ignore. Released in 1997 as part of Around the Fur, this song fused nu metal with a suffocating, oppressive atmosphere that reflected isolation, bottled-up rage, and social anxiety. Several stations refused to play it due to its dark tone, and its video, featuring a shark circling beneath a floating platform, was pulled by networks uncomfortable with its symbolic aggression. The repeated phrase, "shove it," became a sonic exorcism, turning the song into a refuge for those feeling trapped or misunderstood. It cemented Deftones as the voice of the outsiders and marked a turning point in the evolution of 90s nu metal. Released in 1990, this track was so explicit in its content that it was banned in several European countries, including Germany, where its sale and display were completely restricted. While death metal was already known for being extreme, this song pushed that aggression to new levels, even drawing backlash within the metal scene itself. The title and lyrics pushed past the boundaries of what was considered acceptable, even on the fringes of rock. Censorship only boosted the band's notoriety, turning the album Butchered at Birth into a cult-forbidden relic. It was proof that metal could be hunted down too, when it dared to cross certain lines. Released in 1996, this song took direct aim at power, beauty, and social status, wrapped in a sarcastic snarl that made many squirm. The video, featuring distorted aesthetics, altered bodies, and a militaristic rhythm, was censored in several countries and only aired on MTV during late-night hours. The message? Question everything you were taught to admire. Manson faced accusations of inciting violence. but it never slowed his momentum. The Beautiful People became a defining anthem of 90s counterculture and remains a sonic warning against imposed superficiality. Did this song shake you the first time you saw it on television? Tell us what it made you feel, or if you've never heard the whole thing, now's the perfect time. It'll make you think. Released in 1991, this song sparked controversy from the title alone. The band took aim at public figures who used the image of Jesus to generate sympathy or justify actions, a message that didn't sit well with religious groups. The video, with its spinning crosses and hanging silhouettes, was enough to get it pulled from MTV and banned by multiple outlets. The critique was blunt and unapologetic, and Soundgarden knew it. Despite the backlash, Jesus Christ Pose stood its ground as one of grunge's boldest statements, a fusion of raw sonic power and provocative messaging. The censorship only strengthened its position as a track that dared to challenge the sacred and the untouchable.
Like the latest fashion, like a spreading
Inspired by the nihilistic, chaotic energy of the film of the same name, this song became an outlet for frustration against society's imposed rules. Though it was never officially banned, many stations chose not to air it due to its aggressive tone and openly rebellious message. The band captured the feeling of being trapped in a hollow system, and the song became a lifeline for those who felt invisible. Fight Club is a musical reflection of late 90s youth disillusionment, and it still carries a sharp edge that makes some people uncomfortable.
control you. I'll take you where you want. I'll take you where you want to go.
Mr. Self-Destruct by 9 Inch Nails burst onto the scene in 1994 with emotional and sonic intensity that unsettled many radio stations. Opening the downward spiral, it exposed inner chaos and self-destruction through a harsh industrial sound. Though never officially banned, its rawness led many to avoid it. Still, the song became a generational outcry for those who could no longer silence their pain.
Child is slowly taken.
Released in 1994, this song was written by Dolores O'Riordan in response to the Warrington bombing in Ireland. With direct lyrics and a gut-wrenching vocal delivery, Zombie called out violence head-on, which led to bans on multiple British radio stations and censorship during times of political tension. The video, showing images of children and soldiers, was deemed too sensitive by some networks. Yet Zombie became a powerful anthem against the cycle of hate, solidifying the Cranberries as a cornerstone of 90s alternative rock. Few songs hit as hard as this one. Released in 1992, it was banned from countless stations for its explosive lyrics and direct criticism of racism and law enforcement. The song's closing line, repeated with rising fury, was labeled unfit for air and blocked across multiple media platforms. Despite, or maybe because of, the censorship, Killing in the Name became one of the most iconic protest songs of all time. It turned outrage into rhythm, and every live performance was a visceral act of rebellion. With its dreamlike atmosphere and surreal visuals, this 1994 track disturbed and confused many viewers. The video's twisted faces, forced smiles, and grotesque transformations drew criticism from conservative groups, leading to edits or bans during family viewing hours. While the song itself was never officially banned, its symbolism and eerie tone made it a tough fit for mainstream radio. Even so, Black Hole Sunday became one of grunge's most defining anthems, capturing the unease of a generation that couldn't find answers. These songs didn't just break the rules, they stirred the pot, sparked debate, and forced conversations many tried to avoid. Some disturbed, some empowered, but all of them, in their own way, left a mark. Tell us in the comments, Which of these tracks hit you the hardest? Was there one that felt like your own voice set to music? And if you know of another song that stirred up controversy in the 90s, add it to the list. If you enjoyed this trip through time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss what's coming next. See you in the next video, where music lives forever.